Hi, hello, and welcome everybody to today's video. If you're new here, hi, I'm Eris. I make all sorts of digital art content on this channel, so if that's your thing, consider subscribing and becoming part of the Tentacult. In today's character design video, I suddenly remembered that I made a Gijinka of Paintool Sai a few years ago, and I felt like trying to make Gijinkas of 3 different art programs this time. Let's get right into it. The first one on the agenda today is of course Paintool Sai. As this was also the first program I first made a Gijinka of, I felt compelled to start with it this time as well. It's also the first art program I used, if we don't count MS Paint. Paintool Sai will always have a special place in my heart. I sometimes still go back to drawing it. Although now I very much feel the limits of it, it is still always such a comforting experience, little nostalgic, since I used it for years before switching to another program. I wanted to convey this familiar and comforting feeling with giving him comfy clothes that are kinda loose and casual, also kinda representing the program's nature of being more simplistic. I rather like that it is simple and not overwhelming actually. I think Paintool Sai is always a great program for beginners and obviously also for more advanced artists too. I always see incredible artists still using it, and there's sort of like this signature look to every art program in my opinion. Like different programs draw in different kinds of artists, and so for example, if I see an art piece that is blended beautifully, like blended to the gods, I will always guess that the artist was using Paintool Sai. If I see like some sharp looking art, I usually guess Clip Studio, although the difference between Clip Studio and Photoshop artists is not as obvious as other programs, I will admit. I feel like the main difference is maybe that Clip Studio artists use more textures that are a little bit messier than Photoshop artists. This could also come from the fact that most webtoon artists also use Clip Studio Paint. And it's important to mention that I am mostly only talking about anime styles here, because that is my area of expertise. I wouldn't go around guessing like realistic portrait artists programs. Mostly because I know it's gonna be Photoshop. A lot of more cartoony artists tend to use Procreate, I also noticed. I barely talked about the design, sorry you guys. I incorporated elements from the logo and the program menu, as I have done a few years ago, but not in a maximalist manner like I did originally. I also still added the sleeves and the leg warmers blank texture that the programs usually have. I hope you guys like him, I think he turned out cute. Okay, next up is my beloved Clip Studio Paint. The program I currently use and have been using for about 3-4 years now. I love this program. The first time I switched from Paintool Sai and came across a bunch of cool new options and features I didn't even know existed was really exciting. I am still finding out about features I didn't know about after years, so you know, this program sure is vast. Paintool Sai's design was very casual and comfy, and compared to that, Clip Studio's design is more formal, but still kinda chic and old-fashioned-y a little bit, because she's still wearing a suit but incorrectly, and this is to kind of symbolize that this is a professional art program, so it's professional but still artsy. I forgot to mention, but I went with mostly light colors with Paintool Sai because the default only has light mode. You can get it modded, but that's a different topic, and Clip Studio Paint, while it does have light mode, I always see it used with dark mode, and I too also use the dark mode, as you can see. In my humble opinion, it fits dark mode much better anyway. Despite everything, I still think that Clip Studio outranks all the other art programs in a lot of ways. And I am including Photoshop, although it's not an art program technically. For art, I would always recommend Clip Studio Paint over any other, unless you want a simple art program like Paintool Sai to begin with, like we discussed before. I really like how she turned out. She's giving like rich, she is a mother, she's gotta be my favorite of this video, I will not lie. I hope you guys like her too. And the last one of today is the probably very obvious choice of Photoshop. Everyone saw this coming. All free programs in this video I have extensive experience with, and let me tell you something. I hate Photoshop with a passion. Not only because Adobe is a despicable company, but also just because why does this need to be the industry standard of all programs? You know, like, of all the ones you could choose this one? Really? Let the age of Clip Studio Paint industry standard befall us, because Lord, I cannot bear this any longer. It doesn't even have a convenient asset store like Clip Studio Paint. You gotta go out of your way to find things on top of everything. This isn't even an art program. Yet when I went to art school, we were always forced to use it. And let me tell you, I hate duotone, because my teacher kept pushing it so much. Actually, I think I hate this program in particular so much because I also hated my teacher, who kept forcing us to do repetitive, boring, useless tasks. I learned nothing I didn't already know while I was studying there. I am a university student now though, so I had made mine escape your grace. Anyway, back to hating on the program itself. Y'all, I wanted to give him a gold tooth, but I gave him a cigar instead, so I held back. Needed to represent the greedy company vibe in one way or another. Notice how I made him look nice overall and didn't let my hate for it make him ugly? Just made him look like a slimy businessman? Very demure of me, very mindful, very considerate. He's also showing his settings for tools and brushes in his jacket, because again, slimy businessman. I hope you guys like the design. And that'll be all the character designs for today. If you guys enjoyed seeing this type of character design video, let me know what I should design into humans next time in the comments below. I was thinking I could possibly design maybe social media apps or drawing tablet companies into humans. Let me know what you guys think. If you want to see art from me that doesn't make it into videos, you can check out my Instagram and Twitter at Eris_VT. And if you'd like to read my webcomics, you can also find me on Webtoon by searching eris.png. But all the links will be in the description down below. And my new Webtoon, Ace of Thieves, is currently running, and I would love it if you guys could check it out. It is available on Webtoon. If you guys like this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time, but until then, bye bye!